What's up, YouTube? Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in today. Every day is a beautiful day, but today I'm feeling great and excited to tell you and talk about understanding and shifting into parallel realities. All right, so that kind of sounds a little like out there, right? But I just love talking about the fact that I get to instill this and help you understand, the fundamentals of who you are, a multidimensional being. And it takes some time to wrap your head completely around that because you have to experientially feel what it feels like to be multidimensional and to see into other layers of existence, like the third eye opening. That's an entrance point into so many planes of life, the astral planes, the fact that we can leave our bodies energetically. Yes, that's another skill set, to learn. And I'm actually working on that right now myself and trying to get better at it. But yeah, that our body, we can leave energetically our physical body and go into other planes of existence, different dimensions, right? So, but the other, wow, let me just recalibrate. So, right now in this moment, we have access to all those realities because our consciousness is that expansive that we have so much flexibility to create our reality right now in this moment. So it's not that hard to understand the fact that there are parallel realities. The only thing that, takes some time and effort is that you need to believe and you need to realize and remind yourself with intent every day. I am a multidimensional infinite being. I am pure energy. Okay? Following your intuition, your higher self, that guidance that is always there for you. The fact that reality is always sending you signs, speaking to you about what you might be going through, what's coming in your life, through numbers, through signposts, through people, what they say, answers a certain question that you ask yourself internally. And the reason that this happens is because all realities are connected in this moment. And that's why we have access to it. So, what does it really mean to shift into a parallel reality of yourself? Well, since everything's energy and everything vibrates at a certain frequency, all those other different realities of yourself that exist simultaneously are vibrating at a frequency. Okay? So I'm going to use me for example, right? Let's say that portion of myself, right? That reality of myself that's living his dream life, traveling the world, you know, with millions and helping others expand their consciousness and having his own, you know, business. That Oscar, right, has his own vibrational frequency, like his dominant vibration, his dominant attitude towards himself, right? Because remember, your attitude, I talked about in the last video, your attitude is going to dictate what type of energy you're sending out into the universe. So that person that's living his life, has everything he wants in life, he's vibrating at a certain frequency. He's emitting, these good energies. He knows himself to be an infinite creator that can create his reality. That's always abundant, that's always safe, always protected, and has love for each and every individual. And that's why visualization and affirming things to yourself is important. Why? Because that allows you to shift, right, your consciousness, right, into that reality. Because by visualizing, you're imagining, you're entertaining the idea that that is already in your field of possibilities. That's already where you're going. So it takes time because, for most people, they have these limited beliefs, throughout the process. They have bad habits to eliminate within themselves. They have actions that need to be taken so they can easily shift into that reality, that mindset. They have to get rid of their biases, their so-called flaws. improving themselves through personal development so they can finally reach that version, right? That version of themselves that exists in that other reality, in that parallel reality that's already here right now. But there's a lot of, gunk in the way, personal baggage that needs to be cleared away, emotional baggage that has to be cleared away, mental baggage, mental clarity that needs to be attained so you can reach that state that you want, that you're going after. And that's why it's so important that every moment right now you're doing whatever it takes, visualizing, feeling what it feels like to be your best version. Because by doing this, you get to fully, completely embody who you want to be. You get to find out, does this person lie? This version of myself already living his dream life, does he lie? Is he racist? Is he materialistic? Does he care what other people think? These are the questions you have to ask yourself. Your best, most authentic version that's one, with higher intelligence. Do they really care about all these silly things that are so, in a sense, physical and human? Do they get triggered by random people or things that they see visually? So ask yourself this so you can really start to shift. And that's the complete part of the journey. But the fact is that depending on how much you want it, you can literally shift realities. I'm talking about super quickly. You can become the person you always dreamt of becoming within a couple of months. If you really wanted it that bad and you're willing to go through all the work, all the personal development and clearing away all the egos and all the things that are blocking you from attaining your goal, taking all the actions every single day, 24/7, dedicated to your dream. Yeah, that's true ambition. So if you're that type of person, you can really make magic happen. But of course, all these efforts take time, reality checks, because you're confirming to yourself in every moment, do you want this reality? Which reality do you want? So let's talk about that now. In each moment right now, you're confirming what reality you want. Before, for an example, when I used to, first be working at a job, I used to do everything, imagining that I was this person, that person, successful, abundant. But guess what? As soon as I got home, I would act like a slob. As soon as I got home, I would get lazy again, as if I was escaping, right? As if I already did the work. But guess what? Every single moment, you're creating your reality. You're shifting into a reality every single moment. Every decision that you make, every attitude that you have towards yourself in every moment, that's what you're sending out. So it sounds kind of, tiring to have to be, you know, thinking, oh my God, what am I thinking? What am I feeling? What am I doing? But of course, that's a habit that you begin to build. It's natural. After a certain amount of time, right, it becomes natural. You're aware of every single thing you're doing, you're feeling, and you're saying. So you don't have to worry about, oh my God, what am I sending out? Because no, you're aware. You know what you're sending out. But at the beginning, you have to literally be on top of your ass because you're trying to elevate. You're trying to elevate yourself to a more loving, wise, ambitious, passionate, expansive, and open minded state. And you're trying to hold yourself there. You're elevating yourself to a new reality, trying to stay there, trying to concrete that reality. Like set it in stone. And don't be triggered by anything. Because you could be in this elevated state of consciousness, and then let's say your mom or your brother or your sister tells you to do something or tells you something bad, not necessarily bad, but just tells you something that triggers, right, an emotion within you that's not in alignment with that higher elevated reality. Guess what? you sink right back down to the reality that you're trying to escape. You go right back down to feeling this way, that way. So, that's why it's so important. When you're elevated, keep yourself there in that state. Keep visualizing. What does it feel? That most authentic, best version of yourself. How does he communicate to others? How does he talk to others? Does he listen? Does he understand? Is he giving? Generous? He says the right thing or she says the right thing at the right time? These are things you need to pay attention because you won't be able to escape it. Your higher version, right, is already waiting for you to make that shift into a new reality. Take those leaps of faith. If you don't want that job, quit that job. If you have the right, vibrational attitude, if you're ready, you feel confident, and the job you currently have is bringing you down, or the people you're around are bringing you down, it's time. It's time to leave. It's time to make that leap of faith into the new reality. Because guess what? Those people you hang out with, those habits that you have in this current reality, and the new reality where you're more intelligent, more abundant, more loving, you don't have those friends, you don't have those habits, and you don't have those emotions, those feelings. You're a completely new person. So I realized this along my path. The first couple of months were, kind of reckless because I didn't know if I was actually shifting or not. I wasn't aware if I was shifting or not. So I just told myself, hey, you got to keep it going, man. Do you want to live the same ordinary life? Or do you want to see magic? Do you want to be your best version? Live the best life? You better get to work. Don't give up. And go at your pace. I just want to tell you that. Go at your pace. You're an infinite creator. And if you don't believe that right now, don't worry. By you not giving up, by you allowing yourself and accepting and loving yourself along the process, along the journey, through shifting into new realities of yourself, envisioning, right? You will start to see that change. Those new energies from that reality, right? Remember, it's already available. You're tapping into it. Those energies, right? That vibrational frequency, that elevated version of yourself is going to start coming in to your present reality. So however it is that you're feeling when you're living your dream life, with your dream lover, with your dream friends, it's going to start coming in. And that's what I noticed. I woke up one day and I started feeling like I was already in my dream world because you are in a parallel reality. You already exist living that dream life. So guess what? It only makes sense that you need to tap in to that reality so you can fully feel it. And by the time you're 100% in every single moment feeling amazing, right? Without anything bringing you down, guess what? That's only a click away from actually in that reality with every single thing that you want. And that's why gratitude is so important, because if everything already exists right now and you can become everything that you want and attract everything you want towards you, shouldn't you be grateful for it? Because you already have access to it all. You are already everything that you want. So think about it that way. The reality that you want, that you're always thinking about, that you're worried about, that you're scared of, forget it. Don't worry about it. Because right now, in this very moment, you're creating and you're shifting into the reality of your choosing, of your liking. Another example would be that whatever decision you make, however way you're feeling, you're kind of inserting a new movie into the VCR of your life. Or into the CD box, whatever you call it. You're playing a new movie for yourself. And every time you consciously and you're aware that I want something different, I want to be this person, I want to, embody this part of myself, you're deleting that previous reality of who you were. You're becoming more expansive, more elevated. You're climbing into the next step of your existence. There's a trial and error period that you have to realize, because you're reprogramming the way you think, the way you act, the way you feel, and the way you look at the world. It's very subtle at first, but it becomes more evident the more you practice, the more you visualize. One day you're going to wake up just like me by doing all these techniques and practices, and you're going to be like, holy shit, I'm happy to be alive. I am so happy to be alive. When before you were complaining about the garbage on your floor, the fact that your room was dirty, the fact that you and your parents weren't on the same page. You don't care about that anymore. Why? Because you're finally in a new reality of yourself. You've shifted. You're infinite. So become conscious. What reality are you creating right now? What reality are you shifting into? And also, this video I want to talk about a little bit and introduce you one of my next videos. It's going to be about why I stopped watching television, playing video games, and you know, just binge watching things, because it has something to do with your subconscious, your higher self. Okay, your subconscious mind, the way it creates things, the fact that we have every single reality. Remember, whatever you put your attention to, whatever reality you put your attention to, that's the one that's going to be created. So I can think about whatever reality of myself doing anything. And if I focus on that long enough, that will become my reality. That will become the way I act. So kind of think about that a little bit. Prepare to understand how television news might be affecting you. Why Netflix might not be, you know, a helper to your growth. And what is it doing to your subconscious mind? Maybe blocking you from creating your reality. And last thing I want to say is that since all the parallel realities of yourself are here, start to notice that you are flexible when it comes to the person that you are. That personality that you've created, guess what? It can be changed, deleted in a split second if you wanted to. You can act like any single person you want, because every reality of how you act is already existent. Already exists. How do you think actors sometimes they get so into their character? They play that role so well. It's because they've embodied that reality of themselves. That might be fake and just for the movie, but guess what? They feel real. So let that open your mind a little bit of how interesting it is to become an actor, and how lost you can get when you're playing so many different roles, because you are shifting back and forth in whatever show, TV show, movie you play. That's a different role. So if you don't have your present reality grounded, right? This is who I am, then guess what? That could be a really heavy toll on who you are. So, parallel realities. Tap into your preferred reality of yourself. Become that reality, no matter what it takes. And don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Okay? No matter what happens, yeah, this is the last thing, okay, I promise. No matter what happens, no matter what everyone is telling you, no matter what you see, right? Physically, no matter what you see tangibly right in front of you, if it's not corresponding to the reality that you want, don't worry. Because everything in your reality has to match how you feel and what you believe inside. Okay? So if you don't see and you don't feel confident and you don't believe and you don't act the way you're imagining yourself to be, it's because you're not ready yet. You still have some work to do. So don't worry. Just keep at it. because your time will come. Because your abundance, your life of luxury, your dreams, your passions, your lover is already there waiting for you. All you have to do is reach that state of being that you want that is in alignment with that reality. So become that reality, become that person that you imagine, that you envision, that you know you can achieve. And everything else will follow suit. I promise you. So, thank you for watching. I hope this gave you a better understanding of how subtle, but also how realistic parallel realities are. And so you can finally start practicing, maybe more aggressively in your life if you have time, and play around with it. See how you can shift your feelings and emotions and thoughts and the way you act, you know, so you can start to see your power, your worth, your infinite potential. Okay? Again, thank you for watching. I send you love, light, wisdom. Have a wonderful wait. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video.